Cut off from him, Layla wept alone. Each tear a pearl her heart had grown. And Majnun, starved of Layla's face, let floods of sorrow take her place. His heart's own blood rose like a tide, and climbed until it drowned him inside. Each night he left his house in pain to circle Layla's street again. And in the dark, he'd kiss her door, then turn and grieve his love once more. Majnun's father was heartbroken, watching his son waste away in the grip of longing. Hoping to ease his suffering, he approached Layla's father to ask for her hand in marriage. But the reply he received was firm and final. Though friendship bids me hear what you propose, there's much to weigh before this matter grows. Your son is handsome, yes, but not quite fit. His wildness speaks and none can silence it. He's mad. The world has seen his troubled state, and madness is no match for Layla's fate. Distressed by this rejection, Majnun fled his house to seek wilderness. He was a dead man, tearing off his shroud, ripping his clothes, clapping, crying aloud, ready to end it all in his despair, calling on God frantically everywhere. He ran in madness, crying his lament, Layla, Layla, wherever he went. Majnun's father, heart heavy with worry, believed a pilgrimage to Mecca might cure his son's torment. He took him to the Kaaba and said, "Circle the Kaaba once and you will find. You can escape griefs circling in your mind. Just say, 'O God, release me from this pain. Grant me your grace and make me whole again.'" Majnun approached the Kaaba and prayed to God. "It's love that shaped me, carved me, set me free. Without its light, what would become of me? O God, let hunger never leave my soul, but let me seek her face, my only goal. Take every hour that fate still has to give, and weave them into Layla's years to live, like candles burning constant through the night. Let this flame never dim, this fire stay bright. Let love not wither, let it never tire, but rise a storm, a flood, a blazing pyre. And may each heartbeat burning faithfully proclaim her name, a vow eternally." After returning from the pilgrimage, Majnun withdrew once more into the wilderness. There he wandered alone, whispering Layla's name like a prayer, composing verses that poured from the ache of separation. The creatures of the wild, sensing the purity of his love and the gentleness of his soul, gathered around him in silent guardianship, forming a protective circle that kept the cruel world at bay. Still heartbroken, his father made one final attempt to bring him back. Finding his son gaunt and consumed, he pleaded with him to return home, offering counsel shaped by sorrow and hope. "If love has lit a fire that's burnt your heart, your burning love has torn my guts apart. Be drunk, but not with wine, seek what is higher. Let love burn bright, yet free from base desire." But nothing could change Majnun's heart, and he replied, "Call not my love a sudden, piercing thorn. This spine has lived in me since I was born. Deep-rooted, sharp, it aches but will not die. A wound I cherish beneath the open sky. Better the warrior who stands and bleeds than one who bends to fear or shuns his deeds. Let cowards flinch, let weaker souls retreat. I'll bear this thorn till earth and heaven meet." Far from him, Layla drowned in quiet grief. She drank wine outwardly, but inwardly. All that she drank was grief and misery. She seemed to be a smiling candle while she burned like melting wax beneath her smile. Seeing his daughter suffer in silence, Layla's father arranged her marriage to Ibn Hassan. The union was meant to restore her dignity and quiet the rumors, but it only deepened her grief. When Majnun heard of the marriage, he was devastated. His world, already fragile, crumbled further. Majnun's father, heartbroken by his son's descent into madness, made one final attempt to bring him home. He approached him with tenderness and urgency, hoping love and reason might still reach him. But Majnun's reply left no doubt. He was too far gone. It isn't just my father. I'm not sure, inside myself, who I am anymore. My name is lost. I cannot even tell. If I'm the beloved or the lover who fell, forget me. My life is done. Imagine you never had a son. Majnun's father, his heart heavy with sorrow, embraced his son one final time. As he held him close, these were the words he spoke: "Stand. My son, embrace me now, for our time is brief. Let sorrow's river merge with the ocean of my grief. Renounce the shadows, choose the light instead, for fortune walks where noble paths are tread. And when misfortune comes, don't curse the hand you swore to fight but failed to understand. The hurt you bear, the wound you think unkind, was shaped in truth by the workings of your mind. So turn from blame, cleanse your soul with grace, and meet the world with love in every face. For what we sow is what we reap in time. Then sow the good and rise in light sublime." After his father died from heartbreak, Majnun wandered the wilderness untethered. One day, he left the desert behind and passed through a village where Layla's people once lived. On a wall, he saw their names scrawled side by side, Layla Majnun, a tribute to their love. He stopped, stared, then stepped forward and erased Layla's name, leaving only his own. A bystander, watching in shock, cried out, "Why would you separate the two?" Majnun turned and said calmly, "The writing showed two. But lovers are one. One is truer than two. Dig into the lover. What rises is the beloved." "But you kept your name," the man protested. "Wouldn't it have been better to leave hers?" Majnun replied, "Layla is the meaning, I'm only a word. I am the sheath, and she is the sword. She is the face, I'm merely the veil. I am the shell that holds the kernel, frail. It's not for the lover to be the core. I'm her cover, nothing more." Layla's marriage to Ibn Hassan was a union in name only. Her heart belonged elsewhere. Though bound by duty, she remained untouched. Her devotion to Majnun was unwavering. Ibn Hassan, sensing the truth, was consumed with sorrow, grieving not for a wife he never truly had, but for a love he knew he could never earn. In secret, Layla sent a letter to Majnun, hoping to soothe his torment and reassure him that her love had not faded. How do you fare in this cruel game we play, where fate divides, yet binds us to obey? The husband chosen by my father's hand has never touched me, nor held my hand. It's no sin that I can't live without you. The sin is the world that parts us in two. A strand of your hair outweighs all the earth. Its treasures pale beside your worth. We are but guests, brief as twilight's glow, enduring what crooked heavens bestow. Mourn less, beloved. Though our vows are denied, you are not alone. I'm here by your side. Why cry to stars thinking you stand alone? God alone reigns from his eternal throne, so hold fast and let patience be our creed. For love is not measured by touch or need. Layla's husband died of sorrow, knowing he would never possess her heart. After his death, she returned to her father's home, but even then, her father remained unmoved by Majnun's devotion. Layla, now frail and sick, had wasted away from years of silent yearning. Meanwhile, Majnun, half mad and fully exiled from the world, roamed the wilderness, composing verses to the wind, keeping Layla's name alive in every breath. When news of Layla's freedom reached him, he was too broken to act. His love had long since transcended the realm of action or reunion. But Layla, unwilling to surrender to fate once more, disguised herself and ventured into the desert with a trusted servant determined to find him. They met at last, near a forgotten grave beneath a lonely sky. "Do you not know me?" she whispered. "I am your Layla." Majnun looked at her, his eyes wide with disbelief. "Layla?" "No, Layla was a dream. You are only the shadow I've chased through dust and silence." His madness had grown so deep, his longing so pure, that the idea of her had eclipsed the real Layla. Though they stood face to face, though nothing barred their touch, they did not embrace. Their love had become too sacred for the world's weight. What once burned with desire now glowed with divinity, untouchable, eternal. Love without patience, without grace, is not love, just a fleeting embrace. Desire burns, then fades to ash, a moment's spark too weak to last. But true love shines, serene and bright, a mirror to the soul's pure light. It does not hunger, does not crave. It lifts us high, beyond the grave. Lust will vanish, lost in time, while love stands still, untouched, divine. This is the path, the sacred flame, that asks for nothing, yet gives the same. For love that's pure will never die. It lives beyond both earth and sky. After hours of silent tears in Majnun's presence, Layla finally expresses the state of her heart. "You are my fate, the path I tread, the dream I chased, the life I've bled. Finding you, I lost my way. Yet in your love, I choose to stay. You are my breath, my soul, my sight. Without you, I fade into night. Ah, how I longed, and now you're near. Yet I forget the self I fear. If my heart is yours, then when you part, I'll follow too, without a start. My soul is yours, take it with grace, for in your hands I find my place. Without you here, what's left of me? A hollow shell, a restless sea. There is no me, there is no you. In love, we are one and true. If I am you, and you are I, then who remains and who must die? Two letters joined, one sound we make, two halves of one, no space to break. Would that we were one form, one whole, one body bound by one pure soul. No loss, no longing, no divide. Just love eternal, side by side, Majnun wept beside Layla, his heart drowning in her sorrow, but the weight of grief became too much to bear. With a cry torn from the depths of his soul, he tore his clothes, shattered by anguish, and fled, wild, broken, vanishing once more into the wilderness. Majnun wept, his sorrow spilled. 1,000 tears, a river filled, each drop a jewel, a hidden hoard, a silent prayer, a love implored. Layla wept, her tears like stone, a necklace strung in grief alone. Her love unchained, too fierce, too deep, a tide of longing she couldn't keep. Majnun watched and felt his soul, crushed beneath love's brutal toll. His hands tore fabric, ripped apart, for reason had fled his burning heart, like a queen cast from her throne. Layla mourned, in dark, alone. Her spring lay barren, dry and cold. Her torch went dim, her fire old. Layla had come to accept what her heart had resisted for so long. She and Majnun would never be united in this life. All that remained was to wait for death and hope that perhaps their dust might one day mingle beneath the same earth. She turned to her mother, her body frail, her voice soft but resolute, and shared her final wish, to be buried where Majnun had once walked, where the sands had carried his poems, his tears and his undying love. A resting place not of peace but of longing. My heart has bled in silence. Let it cease, now bless my neck, and grant my soul release. Dress me in dust where his dear footsteps fell, that sacred earth my fading eyes know well. Let my shroud be crimson, a martyr's sign, for love's fierce war, this broken life was mine. When he who wanders learns that I have flown, he'll come to weep where I lie cold alone. He'll seek the moon, but find instead the clay, while I slip free like dawn from night's decay. Tell him, Layla's chain is broken finally, released from pain into sweet eternity. Her tears still glisten on the wind's last breath, as she walks gladly to her second death. When Majnun heard of Layla's passing, he wandered the desert like a man possessed, his grief heavier than the sky above him. With a dust-streaked face and trembling limbs, he made his way to her grave, his final pilgrimage. There before the mound that held her, he collapsed. From hill to plain he ran, a ghost of pain. His tears fell like a never-ending rain. Like blood they bloomed, sorrow's crimson stain, where tulips of grief rose in unending lane. Each day he waned, a moon consumed by shade, his soul a breath from where all breaths are laid. O Lord, he cried, creator of this sphere, of all that's precious, grant my final prayer. O maker of the earth, now sever the chains that bind me from my love forever. Let sorrow end, my Layla waits so near. Unshackle me and draw me back to her. And so, with whisper soft and deep, he left this world, he fell asleep.